Hey folks, welcome to today's Product Expo. My name is Josh Buzzwell-Charco. I'm the Deputy Director at the California Solar and Storage Association. We have Jeff Spies, the President of Planet Plansets, and Justine Sanchez, the Solar Plus Storage Program Director at Mayfield Renewables. We're gonna bring up longtime industry hand, Greg Smith, International Technical Training Director from Tigo Energy. Welcome, Greg.
Hello, hello. Let me turn on my camera here.
There we go. Hello, sir.
Great to
How are
see
you guys
Greg.
doing?
I'm
Good to
doing
see
well.
you guys.
I'm so excited to be interviewing you today. I've known Greg for many, many years and wearing a variety of different roles in the industry and hats. He's a famous author now of the Solar Battery Powered Home. Do I have that right, or did I messed it up a little bit maybe?
Close enough.
Close enough. And a master barbecuer. He's like, the guy is has more amazing skills than most people, than almost all people I know. So I mean, we could talk about you all day long, Greg, but I want folks to know what Tigo does and kind of give us the big picture on the offerings that Tigo's capturing right now.
Oh, absolutely. It is so awesome to be here. I love you guys, love CALSSA, and I will talk about anything all day. You know this, but we'll talk about the Tigo system. Last year, I did one for my garage when I was at a previous company. So I got to upgrade here. You know, I'm not in my musty, stinky garage. I'm here in our Campbell office. And behind me is our Tigo Energy Intelligence Residential Energy Storage Solution. Big mouthful there for Tigo's. Yeah? And it's all of our stuff. It's all the same color. Most of what you see on this wall comes on the pallet when you use our solution. And so there's some major components here, and I'll just kind of break them down, and Justine, just bust in anytime. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. So we'll start with the Tigo, what we're really known for, and that's our optimizer, our module level power electronic. The tattletale yellow sticker here means this is the O, which means it optimizes module level monitoring and then the rapid shutdown solution. The other product that our EI solution is compatible with is the F series, which has the orange sticker, and that's only for rapid shutdown. If that's all you want, then we've got a solution for you. If you want to step it up and go fancy and get all the other stuff, we got you covered here. So these go up under the modules.
Well, before you move on, because I know you're going to jump right into energy storage, but I want to just keep you on this topic for a minute. I have to say, I was like an early beta tester for like one of the first Tigo projects out there back, like, gosh, my daughter was probably 3 at the time. Now she's 17. And we put those things on our existing array and immediately knew that we had 2 modules underperforming. Like, it was just our first screen capture, we would have never known, it's like, it was a kind of a smaller system, or sure, our production could go up and down depending on the weather, whatever, but it was so fast. And I ended up using those images in a warranty claim and getting my modules replaced. And it was fantastic. It was like my first eyes into the system ever in the industry. And I'd already worked in the industry for a good decade or so before that. So wanted to give a shout out to the MLPE stuff first.
That's awesome. And you know my background, you know where I come from. And you even convinced me to take this part out of my book, so you'll always have a spot in my heart, Justine. Curtailing my curmudgeoniness about module level power electronics. And after coming to work for Tigo, I get it now, right? And I don't understand why you would only put something on your roof that only does rapid shutdown when you see all these other things, right? And all those things I used to rail against. Oh, modules never go bad. Oh, you'll never know if a bypass diode goes bad. I know, I've seen it. And there's so much value. You can breathe, new life into old arrays, and it's just not for big projects, So I don't want to go too far with that, because I will go off. I freaking love the optimizer stuff, right? So they go underneath the modules, up on the roof, obviously, along with this piece up here that's mounted. So this is our lab, so we take a few liberties, and our engineers are always running in and out, doing some testing. But the Tigo access point is the device that goes up on the roof as well, and it talks to the optimizers. And it's the thing that gathers the data from the TS4s, and it also tells them when to go in rapid shutdown mode. So speaking of rapid shutdown, we also offer, I don't know if you probably see the little red chicken switch right here. This comes with the inverter. It's in the inverter box. When you lift it up, it's right there. We even give you the rapid shutdown code required sticker with all the verbiage on there, which if you go to our website, if you go to resources, downloads, you can download all the documentation for this. We have quick start guides. We have the manuals. The manuals are online only. The quick start guides come with the product in the box. It's the first thing you see when you open that box. It's also the hardest thing to get people to read. And we were on site down in Texas for the first 3 installs of these, and not one of those people looked at the damn quick start guide that I spent so much time with the team tweaking and just cherrying out. Not one of them did until they got to, oh, when you do the Ethernet cable, what are the colors? I was like, oh, I believe there's something in there that tells you how to do the colors. So please, RTFM, read the documentation, please.
Always.
So rapid shutdown connects into the EI inverter. We have 2 models, and we're looking at the 11.4 kilowatt here, the 7.6. These are very familiar sizes if you've been in the industry for more than 2 weeks. And the 7.6 is about 4 inches shorter. All right, so it comes up about right here. But it looks the same, has the same shape, just a little bit taller. And the 7.6, 11.4 connect to the same battery. So it's all our stuff. It's all our communication. Matter of fact, this, and I've been doing this a long time, not as long as you, Justine, or Jeff, but this is the easiest battery that I've ever installed, right? Previous company I was with included. One guy in Texas, well, matter of fact, this one guy installed all 3 of these components, and he did the batteries all by himself. It's 3 wires that connect that battery to the inverter. Positive, negative communication. Done. I was freaking amazed at how easy it was, how easy the battery modules go in. Matter of fact, in our breakout room, or what's the word you guys use for
Whereby room?
Yeah, the whereby room. That's such a goofy name to me, but in our whereby room, I'm gonna pull the covers off and I'll show you just how cool all the stuff is on the inside. So that's my hook to get you to come in. Right? So speaking of the battery, you can see we've got some LEDs blinking here. We do not have an LCD, but we do have some human interface components here with LEDs that tell you what's going on. And there's different colors. Of course, green is good, right? Even in Israel, green means good. Yeah. And the blink codes mean something. And we don't expect you to memorize all the blink codes, but that's why we have them in our installation manual. So you can figure out what's going on. You can figure out what the state of charge is just by looking at it. And of course, we have our own app that you can look at 24/7. Yeah? So this is a 10 kilowatt hour battery. There's 3 modules in there. And 1 goes on the top, 2 goes in the bottom. The wires are clearly labeled. The ports on the battery modules are clearly labeled. All you have to do is take that wire and click it in to the same name that's on the wire that's on the battery. That's it. Click, 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 done. You can expand this out to 4 cabinets for 40 kilowatt hours total. And of course, we just got through talking about UL 9540A and all the limitations. And then we start getting into NFPA 855, which please don't ask me about. But there's just a lot of stuff, man. There's a lot of stuff that you're like trying to figure out, and the industry is still trying to figure that stuff out, right? And in 2019, the fire that hit in Arizona in those huge Connex boxes that hurt those 2 firefighters, like that was our Bakersfield event, right? So that forever changed the way that we are doing batteries now. And so you got companies like Simplify that are on the front lines where their batteries go in some of the harshest places on the planet. I had such a great time talking to them at the NABCEP. Please don't use our battery in the places that they put theirs.
That's awesome. Well, okay, let's go to what kind of battery cells are you guys using? And let's talk about that a little bit.
So of course, we are using LFP, right? Lithium iron phosphate. That's what everybody's going to. Even Elon Musk is seeing the benefit of LFP and they're switching over. Yeah. And so there's the NMC guys, that's going to be an ancient chemistry as far as stationary storage goes, right? There's too many benefits for LFP to just ignore. Yeah, so everybody's drifting that way. And yeah, three battery modules in each cabinet, easy peasy, no surprises.
Okay, so you got LFP. But is the cabinet indoor rated or outdoor rated?
NEMA 4X.
NEMA 4X. Excellent.
Matter of fact, so while we're on that, NEMA 4X, and our automatic transfer switch here, all outside. You can install these all on the same wall, all next to the main service entrance if you wanted. And the ATS, we have a 50 amp. Here is what we're showing you. We're coming out with a 200.
Oh, good.
The 200, and then little further on, pulling out my crystal ball, our next upgrade to the 200 amp, because everybody wants whole home backup, even though most people don't know how to live like that and they don't want to adjust their lifestyle. They still want it because it's cheaper. So, okay, fine, we'll give it to you with a lot of customer expectation management. But the next version of our 200 amp is going to have the generator connection, and everybody wants that EV connection, right? EV to H. That's the next big thing coming out. I'm excited. One of these days I'll get my Rivian and I'll power my whole house. We'll see.
That's excellent. And so in that automatic transfer switch, is there currently any kind of like load management, or is that's on the roadmap?
That's on the roadmap. It's a dumb ATS, right? So we're still relying on the homeowner to manage their own consumption, but it doesn't mean you can't replace the main panel with a Lumen Smart Panel or a Span IO. Those guys completely change the game with that stuff, right? But we're so price competitive that a $4,000 adder puts too many dollars per kilowatt hour, and it just kind of dumps the project, depending on the person, right? But there's going to be a day, okay, mark my words, where just like now, it doesn't make sense to use, a battery or install a battery without solar, or vice versa. There's going to be a time when you're not going to want to install either one of these two without a smart load center. Jeff.
Quick question. Now, how many inverters can you pair with your transfer switch? Is it a single inverter transfer switch?
So right now it's 1-to-1.
Okay.
Yep. And that's going to be another upgrade that we come out. This is our first try. This is our first try. So we're just kind of baby stepping it as we go. We want to see what the market says, and we'll make our course corrections.
You mentioned that in the industry a lot longer than you, but I think one of the first training events I ever did was with you, and many years ago, and we've done many since, and it's always been entertaining, Greg.
Oh,
awesome.
So you mentioned, you said, hey, some of these locations, what are the temperature limitations of that battery, if you don't mind?
It is really, really wide. It's minus, I might be getting the C and the F's mixed up here, -20 to +60 C.
Okay.
Like, it's pretty wide.
Yeah. And I'm trying to think of, I've got a million questions for you guys, but it's like, how much, we have 2 minutes left? What else do we want to go into? When it comes
on the 1
What?
I think we're down to 1.
We're almost
down to 1.
Come on.
Well, I think I've asked you about this before, and I don't want to put you on the spot, but since I've got 1 minute, did we ever decide what the elevation limitations were for guys? Because I know I live at 9,000 feet, and that becomes an issue for me with certain power electronics. And it's, in some cases, it's fine. In other cases, you really got to think about that. Where are you going to install this stuff?
3,000 meters.
Okay.
So that's 9864. So we got you.
Oh, awesome. Well, I'll be expecting my unit any day then.
Hey, well, I got a pilot right now, ready to go. Right. Even the people in Vail, Colorado, can use our stuff. No problem.
That's excellent. And then we haven't seen any of your app stuff. Well, here it's becoming too late, but I would love to see more of the interface when it comes to next time, perhaps.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Yep.
Greg,
Wonderful.
we love you.
Love you guys too, man. Anytime. We'll see you.
Thank you, Greg.